standing while we punch some Nazis.
Paradigm Shift.
An educational comedy.
It's not a cause, not a movement.
It's not a social group you can slap a label onto.
It's an idea. It's an intention.
It's an intuition.
A mindset in which reality can be explored.
The genuine expression,
Discernment.
critical thinking, and imagination.
To look inward upon ourselves.
To better understand the external world around us.
And yes,
Few egos are bound to be bruised.
With our silly, zany, politically incorrect,
George Carlin built style of going about things.
real and raw honesty.
Which invites you to be
to the fullest.
Hello, everybody, and Happy New Year, Happy 2018, Happy Year of Darkness. So that'll be another PSEC episode. Welcome to yet another edition of Paradigm Shift and Educational Comedy, and we are here to feature DeviantART user artist Minty-Eevee.deviantart.com, and Richard Hamilton, aka GeneralTate on DeviantArt, is also going to be here in the background. He'll chime in a little bit here and there, but mostly he'll just be kind of chilling.
Hello.
Doing college homework. But yeah, and just a bit of a warning, Irish weather this time of year just kind of being what it is, and Minty-Eevee being combination Irish tradition living in Ireland, we may be experiencing momentary, intermittent, little glitchy crap here and there, so, just kind of bear with us on that. So yeah, we're going to start off with Minty-Eevee saying whatever introduction she wants to say about herself, and then from there we'll go into screen share mode and take a little virtual tour of her DeviantArt profile. And for those people who are her watchers, when she ultimately ends up pasting this video into a journal entry, you'll all get to see her probably for the freaking time live and on video, because I'm pretty sure this is a first for you, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Thank you very much, Dave. Hello, everybody. So I hope you're all well. I'm an artist. I study animation in college in Ireland. It's a very exciting course, and I'm in my first year of studying it. Now, I've been doing animation since I was 12, so it's always been a big interest of mine.
Do that controlled switching between British and Irish accents, because you've kind of got both going on, so you've kind of got like mastery of both accents.
It's quite a lot. From one to quite easily. It just happens. Like, I'll be going through a conversation and I'll say something like, right off the spot, it'll come out in a completely different accent, sometimes even Scottish, which is strange considering I've never been to Scotland.
Well, give us...
So, if I have random glitches of accents, that's what it is.
Okay. Well, give us some intentional accents, like you do the intentional British.
Oh, wow.
Irish. You've done it for me a zillion times.
I have. Now, I can't always do it on the spot because it's a difficult thing to do, so I had to think about it. So I was going down to the telly, and I was going to watch it the other day, but then I was like, I don't like TV.
TV fucks your brain.
So it really does. It really does. And talking of TV, I talk about the mainstream media a lot. Taking a news break. So I'm taking a break from the news and such. I want to clear my mind so that I can get a more accurate representation when I come back. Now, I have a little sketch pad, which I will be digitalizing very soon. My own social commentary on what I have seen of the mainstream media and all those evil things, and well, we don't want to go too much into black and white, but this is what I have perceived in recent days, and I'll only show you one sneak peek.
Last night, me and Richard kind of took an esoteric metaphysical break away from geopolitics, seeing as like the whole geopolitical stage has just kind of been an SJW brain rot lately.
Unfortunately, it seems that the alt-right and the alt-left are very merging at the moment. They're all being very triggered. They're all uptight. They're all Like, you just touch them and they're combustible. So I think at the moment I would recommend any of you, if you know anyone who's highly politics with them for the time being, just for your own sake, because you don't want to with that rubbish, basically.
Take a break, because like if you say something that offends a libtard, then you're automatically racist and sexist, and if you say something that offends a conservative, you're automatically an SJW. So
exactly, it's the same on no matter what, if you're left or right, you'll just basically make them all explode.
Yeah, and especially if you're centrist like us, then you're basically kind of screwed.
It's like walking on eggshells.
Well, I don't walk on eggshells. I guess that's why they both get pissed at me. So
don't even go near the eggshells. Just fry eggs.
Show us your art that you were trying to present.
So yeah, so how do I even start now? I'm sorry guys, I'm going to be completely honest with you. I've never done a live stream ever before, so...
As far as what you're trying to show on the screen.
Now, this is a sneak peek to my sketchpad, which will be digitalized later on when I get round to it, because there's a thing where you can scan HD stuff in my college, but the printers are down at the moment. So that says, here, speak, see our truth, and it shows a silhouetted guy in a suit.
That kind of looks like Henry Kissinger.
Yeah, he does kind of. Yeah, he does.
Hey, Rich, do your Henry Kissinger impression, seeing that she's got a little art drawing that looks like Kissinger.
Do what?
I said, do your Henry Kissinger impression. She's got a little art drawing that looks like Kissinger.
Oh, yeah, sure enough. Looks like a younger version of Kissinger, kind of. Yeah.
It's a black and white.
Will I tell you?
Outline. So.
Will I tell you who it actually is?
Who?
Or will that ruin it? It's Anderson from CNN.
I was just about to say, I was like, there's another guy that looks very similar to that with those same exact glasses. Anderson Cooper, okay.
Well, just for fun, say something.
Well, that's cool, though. Sounds like the weather's calming down, which is good.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, Irish weather. If you're ever planning to go to Ireland, the weather is so interchangeable. So bring some clothes for the heat and the cold, because it is so interchangeable. Ask any Irish person or ask anyone who's traveled to Ireland or anything like that. They'll tell you the same. Cool, Richard.
Yeah, so, anyway, I haven't done Kissinger in a while, but I can make a good attempt at it. This is a very good opportunity for the New World Order. And I think it is a great opportunity for us to capitalize on. It's not quite as good as I...
Yeah, you're a bit high-pitched.
I am the Senate!
You usually has some depth to it.
I'd have to listen to Kissinger's voice again to really... the way I am, I can generally nail something, but I generally have to listen to...
Richard, at the moment, you sound like your man, the Senate guy. What's his face? No! Zap!
Oh, you mean Palpatine?
Palpatine, yes, exactly.
Senator...
It's Palpatine. It sounded like Senator Palpatine when you did that voice.
Really?
So if you were doing Senator Palpatine...
Go for Palpatine.
Go for Palpatine.
Brilliant.
What the hell is an aluminum falcon?
What do you mean they blew up the Death Star?
What do you mean they blew up the Death Star? Who's they? Get your 6'2" asthmatic ass back here, or I'm gonna tell everybody what a whiny bitch you were about Panda Bear, Panda Mommy, or whatever the hell her name was. Oh, jeez, he's crying. Hey.
Minty-Eevee, have you ever seen Star Wars Robot Chicken? That's what he's pulling quotes from.
I have. They're very good. Going down the elevator, and what happens is the store, hi, and then he just starts going, fuck off, leave me alone.
Fuck you.
Fuck off. Oh.
That video is actually hilarious.
My
I
lord.
think I'm being mugged. Man, fuck you. Enjoy the view, weather vane.
Yes. My favourite one is where, what's his face? Jar Jar Binks, where Jar Jar Binks is haunting Darth Vader.
Oh, love. You're such a clue.
Annie.
Yeah.
Like that one. I think that's one of my favourites.
My favorite scene is where he's sitting there drinking tea and he's like,
You should be manipulating me. Okay, you are manipulating me. Ha
yeah, he totally is Sith Lord.
I think we all need to watch those again because they're brilliant.
Quick, Jar Jar.
I love very much again.
Get into the escape pod before the separatists attack. If this is the escape, where's the pod? Annie, I'm back. I'm so glowy.
Oh.
That was great.
It was.
This is the first time I've ever actually seen Richard not nail the Henry Kissinger voice instantly, because he.
I haven't listened to Henry Kissinger very much lately. Like I said, generally when I have the sound of his voice in my brain and I can compare and contrast. I've been doing so much stuff lately. I haven't really,
Like Crimea or Putin.
Hey.
He's got problem.
We were talking about.
I should probably
Is there any
screen share mode.
Okay, I'm seeing something now.
And here is the infinite Google tunnel. Look at that. Whee! Infinite tunnel of Google. Woo!
Like a tunnel.
Yeah, see the infinite Google tunnel? Or on the infinite Google tunnel. Because I'm doing a screen share of the screen share of the screen share of the screen share. It just goes into infinity until I minimize it like that.
Thank God, because that would be a mind screwage, to say the least.
So now we're going to go into your gallery. So, okay,
Yeah, so
guide
there's
me.
all the
Where am I going?
Okay, so you can see there's quite a lot of stuff there. Some of my most popular artworks would be fan art. So my Team Fortress 2 stuff would be my most popular work, which you can see down below. So I do like comic style, yeah. So those ones would be my most popular ones. That would be one of my second most popular ones of some Team Fortress 2 characters. So what I did was I entered a competition. If you're a fan of Team Fortress 2, you may know about it. It's called the Summer Challenge. It is, you come up with a piece of work, and it starts off usually on a Friday, ends on a Sunday, Central US time. So you could either do a piece of artwork with digital, or do some making a map for the game or something like that. So it's a really exciting thing. I would recommend anyone who's a bit artistic, whether computers or through art, recommend it to anyone. It's really good fun.
Okay, a group pick including some of your buddies there. So, Minty-Eevee, Werewolf Bubblegum. That's an interesting name. Just a Little Soul. Just in the soul, yeah, just in the soul. For anybody who's familiar with the song. And there's the groups that it's featured in. 178 views, 26 favorites, 5 comments. All right, so we're going to zoom back out to normal view. Okay, where am I going? Guide me.
I also do photo manipulating, which is only something that I'm recently in. Like, those who are ideologically may not appreciate my most recent work with individuals that you may recognize.
Paradigm shift in educational comedy is exactly what it sounds like. So we are incredibly politically incorrect. So don't worry about any ideological stuff and whether or not it offends anybody, because people who are easily offended should not be watching Paradigm Shift in educational comedy. These are not the droids you're looking for. Move along, SJW scum. Okay?
Hell yes to that. I can drink to that.
So with that said, guide me. Where are we going?
Will I tell you who the individuals are? Yeah, you're right. Dylan Klebold and Eric Harris of Columbine 1999.
Okay, are we going here? Are we going here? Where are we going?
Those three, the ones which. So any one of them, whichever one you prefer. Like I did the first one on the right, the first one I did. Yeah, that was fine. So is Dylan Klebold, and over his eyes it says the words "Roth" in Japanese. Now that was requested by a friend, and what I do is. When I do the filters and stuff, I trying to I obscure the images a bit. So first, because this is just trying to challenge people. Because the thing is, people won't talk about the Columbine shooters, and now I will go into a topic about that another time. I could spend hours talking about that, and we're talking about my art here. But it's mainly the fact that we should be able to talk more about these sort of events and about the individuals connected to said events, because not avoiding topics like that, and unfortunately it happens a lot with multiple things because people are scared of being offended.
False flags, the breakfast of champions.
Indeed.
There was a Hawaii false flag yesterday.
So my second most favorite is actually my stamp. I can't believe how much that actually. Now, Dave, if you go into the stamps and dolls, you'll find it in there. It's the top one with a picture of a pink guy, which is iDubbbz. Great guy.
All right, loading it as fast as it will let me. Oh, fuck
okay, so you
Antifa.
see that.
Awesome.
Yeah, I faved that one already.
Yeah, so have I, obviously.
Thank you very much, guys. So yeah, I always get very interesting comments in that that piece. It's almost got 100 favorite now, which is absolutely shocking. Did not think it would get that many favorites. So for all those who favorite, major thank yous.
This one or a
For
different one?
such good attention.
This one or a different one?
Because we need to start looking at these sort of groups more critically. We need to be able to criticize them and say what they're doing wrong.
Which picture am I going to? Or am
Fuck
I
Tifa.
in this view? What am I doing? Okay, so fuck the fascists that pretend to be against fascism but then act like Hitler while accusing everybody else of being Hitler.
Yeah.
Love.
So I've added I've loaded up. People can keep adding more links if they want. You just message me and I'll feature it in the description.
Love trumps hate, you guys. Let's go and commit some violent crimes.
I'll defy the Klan and da-da-da. Yeah,
However the fuck it went.
yeah.
There's Alex
Load of
Johns.
different types.
Alex Johns from InfoHorse.
What a gun.
Yes, I'm a big supporter.
Trump.
I would be a big supporter of Alex Jones, but at the moment I'm taking a break. Now, what I will say is, I don't know if you captured that last bit, but I'm saying to those who are uploading stamps and such, be aware that you may get a load of attention, and sometimes it can be a bit frightening. What I recommend is stay safe.
Turning the freaking frogs gay. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Don't is this crap.
Alex Johns from InfoHorse.
My name is Alec Johns with InfoHorse. With Super Penis
Those people are
Vitality.
demons.
Those people are demons. Hillary Clinton's a demon.
Will you fight
Yeah.
for your life?
Will you fight for your life?
I'm actually getting pretty damn good with that voice.
Yeah. I'm a fighter.
I don't
No.
like they're putting chemicals in.
I'm a pioneer. I'm an explorer. I'm human, and I'm coming.
I don't like
I'm
it.
not
I'm a
ready.
pioneer.
I'm alive.
I'm an explorer. I'm human. I got blood pumping through me fast. And I'm coming.
Yeah.
I don't like it that they're putting chemicals in the ink, turning the frickin' superheroes gay.
I don't like them putting
Yeah.
chemicals in the ink that turn the frickin' superheroes gay.
Well, there's one great thing he's doing. He's getting people to talk about GMOs in crops.
So where are we going from here?
It's Saint Fox. So he's the purple guy. He's just above the wolf thing, the Amphro wolf thing, between Eric Harris and Dylan Klebold. So this is one of my internet friends called Saint Fox. Now, he asked me to do this for him. I offered him a drawing for his Christmas present. And we've known each other for quite a while now. I originally did it in a PNG form, which is a bare PNG, transparent one. So then I added it onto a digital background that one of my friends, Saint Fox, had already made himself. Photoscape, which is a photo manipulating software.
It's very interesting that you'd put a saintly fox on a bear PNG.
Thank you. I meant to say transparent. So basically, so basically, you put it through loads of filters and stuff. That's one thing I will recommend. Get yourself some nice photo editing software, and then if you're doing digital art or say you're doing traditional art, filter.
And if you don't want to spend money for corporate bullshit, just go to gimp.org and basically download
photographs as well, of course.
Yeah, the equivalent. You can download the equivalent of Photoshop for free at gimp.org. It's what I use. I've been using it for years. I used to use Photoshop prior to that, and there's a little bit of a learning curve, but once you get beyond that, you start to recognize that, oh, GIMP does all the exact same stuff as Photoshop. Okay. It's laid out slightly different. You have to kind of adjust to a little bit of a different interface, but it does all the same stuff. And if you want a free and an open source equivalent to Adobe Illustrator, then you're going to want to download Inkscape. And I can actually demonstrate those softwares, but not right this second. We're kind of doing your gallery right now.
Yeah. So I use a variety of programs. Between a program called Medibag Pro, which is a completely free art app. Get it for Apple and you can get both. I'm not sure about Linux. I'd have to actually look into that. Personally, and the other application I use is Escape. Those are the programs that I use. So if anyone wants to know, those are them. They're really good. Now, if you're getting the Photoscape X, you have to get all of it, you have to have a premium account, which only costs, you only pay once, and you can get different filters, different effects. I unlocked mine for €30. Effects can make GIFs and all sorts on it. Maybe try and get a cheaper, maybe try and reduce the price by getting less stickers or whatever. It's perfect. I would highly recommend to anyone, especially if you're thinking of doing editing lots of photos. It's really easy to understand. You just literally drag a picture into the application and you can edit. I can see your thing with the Google Chrome shortcuts and then above and all that.
Okay, yeah, I'm running on Linux Mint. So anyway, here's GIMP. I don't have all the extra filters and stuff installed yet because I just newly reinstalled this setup and I haven't installed all of it yet. So there's like a ton more options that would normally be here because I install a crap load of plugins and stuff. But this is basically the bare basic, straight out of the box. And, as you can see, it does basically everything that Photoshop does. Here's all the tools, all the options, blah, blah, blah. It's essentially, Photoshop, but for free.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yep.
I will say, though, if you're using Mac, it might be a bit difficult. So on Mac, it's a bit awkward, but maybe I just need to try and better at it, basically. You trying to find the application I was saying about?
As far as I know, it's the same. It's the same interface on everything. What you have to do is you have to bring it into single window mode. It defaults as everything in separate windows, but then there's an option for single window mode.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. So maybe that was where you were having the hard time.
I'll have a look into that. Thank you for the advice.
No problem. I'll demonstrate that in a second. Right now, I am just wanting to quickly install Inkscape so that I could show that. That's like the free equivalent of Adobe Illustrator. And just so people know, just because I'm doing this on Linux doesn't mean that this stuff is only for Linux. It's for Linux, it's for Mac, it's for Windows. You can go to the website, you can download the stuff. It's just Linux has repositories, so it makes all this stuff like easy peasy. See, here's Inkscape. I go in, I click the install button.
Pretty sweet.
Linux just makes everything ungodly simple. And I don't even have to restart or anything. Like with Windows, it's always like every little thing. It's like, oh, you got to restart your computer because you just installed something. Yeah, you got to restart your computer. No, Linux doesn't have that problem.
That's good.
So as you can see, it's a very intuitive, simple, easy, stupid interface. I mean, search, browse, click, boom. It's installed. And now I can go in here and I can access that under graphics. But if I didn't know that was there, I could type INK. Oh, look, there's Inkscape, and boom, and it pops up, and it's all nice and easy. So give that just a second to load. And this is the free and open source equivalent of Adobe Illustrator. As you can see, look at the 10 bajillion freaking options on here. So,
brilliant for art students, because these applications and stuff are free, unlike some of the Photoshops or Illustrator apps of Adobe. Because at the end of the day, it's just a fancy name.
And if anybody's wondering, like, obviously, oftentimes schools will be like, oh, you have to use a certain format. So it's like if you're using these alternate programs, some people are like, oh my God, I got to use a certain format. Never fear. These softwares basically are able to export to like 99.9% of any and all formats, Windows, Mac, Linux, whatever, all the formats you've never heard of. So, if your school is requiring things in a particular format, it's probably not going to be a problem. And the same with free and open source word processing, such as LibreOffice, for example, which is like the free and open source equivalent of Microsoft Office, does everything and more. It's awesome. But check this out, Lydia. See where it says Windows?
Yeah.
And I'm clicking there. See where it says single window mode? Well,
perfect. Yeah.
If I go out of that mode, check this out, that's probably the view you're used to, and that's probably what confused you. So I go to Windows, single window mode, and boom, it unifies everything in that Adobe Photoshop style way. So that is how you can unconfuse yourself with that. So anybody
I'll have to try that again.
Yeah, anybody else that was having that hang up, now you know where to go for that, and that you're not screwed.
To any art students or any college students in general, when it comes to these sort of programs and stuff, try not to run yourself too much into debt, because college these days, especially for the Americans and the British, is that you will rake up so much in debt. If you can try and avoid that little bit, continue, so that you don't have to continue for the rest of your life, because every little counts,
7-day desktop forecast summary. Fucking cold.
Between books and tuition, I mean, I'm not.
Jesus, cold where you are.
I'm not doing anything that's.
Holy hell! It's so cold where you are. 16 degrees Fahrenheit.
Yeah, like I said, 7-day forecast summary. Fucking cold.
Well, the whole East Coast has been experiencing some of the coldest winter weather on record.
Yeah, it's about 50 degrees, not Celsius. That would be shocking.
Stick your head.
Now that would be.
Stick your head right
global
in the oven
warming.
hot for Celsius.
This is a heat wave compared to what it's been. We've been having temperatures in the negative.
Yeah, over here on the West Coast, it's been about
Fahrenheit. Jesus
what does it say outside right now?
Yeah. Hey, look at this. Real-time statistics for CPU, memory, network, hard drives.
That's cool.
So yeah, Linux is pretty awesome.
Yeah, the West Coast right now has been about 57 to 60 degrees. It's been very mild this winter over here.
Yeah, it's about to say it's the same in Ireland. It's quite mildish here.
We're a West Coast marine climate. You guys are a West Coast marine climate, so very similar. But you guys have it year round.
Yeah, because we're on the thing called the Gulf Stream.
Right. You guys have the Gulf Stream that's constantly moving wet moisture right up through there. As we're here on the West Coast, during the wintertime, all the low pressure systems come down during the wintertime and they increase in strength. And then in the summertime, they move back up north to Alaska and we get hotter weather.
As long as
the weather, the temperature now has dropped down to degrees Fahrenheit here now. It's dropped quite a bit, considerably. And it's kind of like 20 degrees Fahrenheit last week, if I recall correctly. It was quite cold.
And as long as we're also talking about free
It's
stuff,
being up and down.
free stuff for students trying to do art and like not wanting to drain their bank accounts in the process. This is a full-featured, video editing, rendering, all that kind of stuff software called Kdenlive. It's what I use to do the non-live PSEC episodes, and it's pretty slick. It's comparable to things like Sony Vegas Pro, and as of recently, they have just come out with a Windows version. I haven't tried to test that in any sort of virtualization software or anything, and Richard had time to test it. But if you go to kdenlive.org and into the downloads, a Windows version is one of the newest additions to the software. It's kind of been in the works, and I don't know how good it is or not, or if it's equivalent to the awesomeness that the Linux version is or not. But if it's not, I'm sure it'll eventually get there. But Kdenlive is a pretty badass software. It's, the equivalent of like a $500 software that, you can get for free. So any art students that are trying to put together little animations or projects or, video stuff, and, that you don't want to pay out the ass for some expensive thing, you can go ahead and download Kdenlive for free. And of course you can render down to, you've got all the different, options, WebM, MP4, MPEG-2, HD for the web, mobile devices, etc. Ultra high definition, 4K, WebM, VP9, HEVC code Cs or codecs, whatever you want to call it. Standard definition stuff. You basically got all the freaking possible options you could possibly want to export to that are supported on any operating system. And this is just a full-fledged, totally professional software. So this is kind of a good on-topic segue, seeing as Minty-Eevee is an art student, and she's talking about cheap and free means for art students to do what they need to do without, getting raped in the checking account. So,
Of course, yes.
Yeah, just some good tips for people that don't want to bend over and take it in the ass.
Yeah, and don't forget, you can also use this sort of stuff for high school. So if you need to do it for high school, you don't even have to be in college to use some of this stuff.
Oh yeah,
it could be just
in 7th and 8th grade for all it matters. I mean,
it's
whatever you do, make sure that basically you don't have to be a snob about software.
Most people don't realize, I'm not taking art courses right now. I'm taking paramedicine and fire science, but if there is a free way you can go about doing something and getting the same equivalent of knowledge or even better than the quote unquote official book or official software or official whatever, take it, and especially considering tuition and books and everything else are the most expensive parts of a college curriculum course. And they make a multi-billion-dollar a year Ponzi scheme out of ripping a new asshole out of kids who are trying to, excel in the education field. It's like if there's a free way where you can use software, especially in the art field, that's comparable or even better than Adobe Photoshop or Adobe Video Editor, do it.
For people who want the college education knowledge, but don't care if they don't have the degree to go with it. They just want the knowledge in their brain so that they can know what they are doing. MIT has a YouTube channel to where they actually take all of their college course classes. They put it on YouTube for free.
That's brilliant.
MIT OpenCourseWare, Massachusetts Institute of Technology, MIT Tech TV, MIT Technology Review. So you've got more content than you can imagine. I mean, look at these video counts, MIT OpenCourseWare, 4,636 videos and over 1.4 million subscribers. That's the main one where the main college courses are. And so I just like, I'm not going to play any of the videos or anything, but I just want to give the quick scroll through just so people can see the thumbnails, and people can see that these are actually the college courses and lectures, and that everything they do in all of their classrooms is freaking recorded at that college and put up there for free on YouTube, because MIT is fucking awesome like that. So if you only just want the knowledge,
a great college.
Yeah, if you only just want the knowledge and you don't care whether or not you have the degree, you just want the knowledge in your brain, and you can handle it just learning, through YouTube, then it is the equivalent of sitting there live in person watching the professor, only you're not there live and in person, you're watching it on your computer screen. But other than that, it's all the same thing.
Not only that, on this topic, I know there's a place where you can actually do courses for free online, but I would have to get the link.
Yeah,
there's several websites where you can actually see these things for free.
Yeah, we can totally have another
and
hangout.
Probably even get a paper out of it, a degree.
We can totally have another hangout later.
See, the thing is, people are.
We can totally have another hangout later on like free education.
It's a big business.
Yeah, we can totally have another hangout later on like free resources.
If anyone wants to talk to me about my art or ask about any information, you're more than welcome to come to me. I don't bite. I'm actually quite.
Yeah. Just click this. Just click this button right here. She doesn't bite hard, very gently, but
Yes, exactly.
Yes. So see this nice little send a note clicky button here. You can click that and contact Minty-Eevee. Obviously, you got the URL here, minty.deviantart.com. So you can just contact her, and she'll be happy to bite you gently and whatever else you require of her. Just please.
Feel free to ask me anything about if I mentioned anything in this video here that you want to talk with me about. Feel free, as Dave said, to just send me a note, and I will get to you as soon as I can.
Yeah, and no sexting or dick pics, or she'll cut off your balls.
I will. No fear.
Okay, so take us
now.
To the next.
I think I haven't got anything else to say.
If people want you to do commission work, and obviously some people apparently don't know that commission means money, pay. It's not free.
Yes.
So for those that don't know that, now you know. So for commission work, what kind of commission work do you do, and what are your rates and all that? What do people need to know if they want you to draw something or do something or an animation or whatever?
Of course,
what do you do with your rates?
Well, at the moment, I'm not taking any commissions, but if you're super special, I'll think about it. Now, I do digital art mainly, but I can also do traditional art as well. So I generally price via the hours put into the picture that I did was a little invitation piece. So it was a little piece like this big, and it was a postcard with a love heart and just other ornate kind of decorations. I did 22, and I charged about 70 euros for it. So that was a price deal, because this person is going to do stuff back for me as well.
How much?
So it's done.
How much is 70 euros in USD?
US dollars. Now I have to look that up quickly.
If you're super special, she might do something for you, even though commissions are closed. But if you're a super special snowflake, you'll be just banned for life because you're a fucktard.
Exactly. So it's about $62.
Okay.
Now prices vary. So very simple pieces will be about $15. So like basic, like flat color, no shading, just bare minimal, that would be $15. Now, if you're asking for a full body, that will cost a bit more as well.
$15 or euros?
You're asking for about $15 euros, so that would be about $20.
Okay, just making sure.
And yeah, thank you, because it may not look it, but there's into that. That picture there of Saint Fox, that took about maybe 7 hours. Because you may not see it, but what I do with my art is I line it in, so it's all thin and all the same size. So that would be Owen Shoya. That would cost about $20.
This one's like about a $20.
If you wanted your own cat person.
And apparently somebody thought that we need an evil Schroyer, and apparently after realizing that they weren't going to get one, they just felt their DA life was over and deactivated their account and just said,
that one there is Saint Fox. That's one of his accounts. Unfortunately, it got deactivated. Saint Fox is on YouTube and on Twitter. I have the links on his picture that I drew him. So the links for his stuff is in there. Now his stuff is very edgy and very great.
Yeah, see, we got the
YouTube channel, and he has his Twitter.
And Twitter.
He is very funny and actually a really funny guy.
Twatter, very popular in any country.
It's true. And of course, Twitter's been caught recently for shadow banning.
Yep. Hey, they're pulling a YouTube. Awesome. Her name is Susan,
Oh gosh.
the YouTube CEO.
Yeah. No, so I recommend anyone be free, be yourselves, you know? I know that sounds cliche, but
Actually,
don't adjust yourself to be with the
be
norms.
authentic. I mean, the be yourself thing is kind of cliche. That's kind of like turned into a conformist meme in and of itself. Because then,
Be authentic to yourself. Exactly, that's a better way of putting it.
be authentic, be honest, be, if you're honest with yourself, life is easier. And if you're not, then life is harder. And that's authenticity. There you go.
A quick tip for any bidding artists out there. I recommend live drawing. Now, there's sites where you can go on and you can actually do quick drawings and stuff. You'll be surprised how quickly you can adapt to live drawing. Don't think too much about it. Just draw what you just keep doing that. Maybe 10 seconds, 20 seconds, 30 seconds. Too much time to think about it, because then you start limiting yourself. Just
Be authentic. Be authentic and watch the fools search forever, because fools can't handle authenticity. They don't believe in it. They don't think it's real.
I apologize.
I'm a very authentic person, and therefore I've been accused of every ridiculous thing, called every ridiculous name. The right thinks I'm a lefty, the left thinks I'm a righty, and the lefties that think that the righties are going to hell also think that centrists run the place, at least the ones that know centrists exist. There's some that think that centrists don't exist. I don't know. People are weird.
Yeah, well, centralist is the best way to go at the moment.
Centrist, not centralist.
Sorry, centrist. I keep saying centralist. Sorry.
Just to clarify for
Fine.
centrist doesn't mean walking the line between left and right and standing for nothing and not taking a side, blah, blah, blah. Centrist means you're at the center, so you have a 360-degree view. You can see left, you can see right, you can see up, down, back, forth. You're able to connect the dots and put things together. It doesn't mean you're better than anybody else. It doesn't mean you're superhuman. It's not an excuse to be holier than thou. It just means that you at least try your best to not have your head up your ass. And
Yeah, and try and see the flaws and the goods of all of the sides, because they all have their flaws and goods.
Yeah, I agree with the left on a lot of things, and I agree with the right on a lot of things, and I disagree with both on a lot of things, and I think both are fucking retarded, and they're both acting like little toddlers.
But one thing I'll also say is avoid the extremes. Don't go extreme left or extreme right, because they both basically, it's like a horseshoe. Basically, it just goes around and it almost beats the center again.
No matter which side of the ship you make too heavy, it still sinks either way.
Yep.
Exactly. So keep yourself safe. Don't put yourself into the pack mentality.
And
because the pack will destroy you.
Here's a good measure to know whether or not you're being truly authentic. If you're hated by both the left and the right, you're on the right track. But if you're loved by one and hated by the other, you're probably doing the extreme thing.
Exactly.
Although I don't know, leftists seem to hate leftists because progressives eat their own, but I mean, you know, SJWs only get along until they trigger each other, and then they're calling each other freaking racist. I made a little Velociraptor meme thing once that says, if one SJW offends another, which one is the racist?
I might be heading off soon because it's getting quite late here, and I have a lot of college stuff to catch up to tomorrow.
Well,
so have either of you got questions? Because
I have no further questions. So, is there anything else that you feel you want to add, or anything like that?
I have nothing further to add.
No, I don't have anything to add other than be authentic, be true to yourselves, and don't forget to have fun and enjoy.
The only other thing I can really ask,
Yeah.
what other social media sites can people find you on? That's really the only other thing I can think of.
So YouTube, and I have my DeviantArt. Those are the ones that I'm most active on. So it'll be and my Twitter, Spencer S96 at Spencer S96 at Twitter, and there's also Spencer S on or Minty-Eevee. You can also type that in, and it'll pop up as well. Eevee on DeviantArt. So those are my most used social media accounts. So if anyone wants to ask me as well, if you can't catch on to that, you know, I'll deliver on to those sort of information.
Alrighty. Richard, is there any final thoughts that you have or anything?
No, nothing in particular. I'm just, I think everything that can be said in this hangout has been said and pretty much worded, so.
Brilliant.
Alrighty.
Awesome.
Well, I guess we can stop the broadcast then. I mean, obviously the three of us can remain on the line here after the broadcast is done if you would like to. But as far as the broadcast, we are done. Shadowlay, Praise Cack, everybody have a wonderful
Bye, Praise Cack.
wherever it is on your part of the planet. And peace out. They catch you later. And fuck the normies. Bye-bye.
I'm on the streets, I'm so smart, can't you see? My philosophy is, if you don't constantly bitch about the president, you're a white supremacist. Memeing the frog, well off to the gulag. Listen to Shadowlay, by what will the judge say? Our dynasty can't understand irony. I'll define the Klan and all who call me dumb or Nazis, all by proxy. So what if I become all the things I claim to not be? Bunch of Nazi. Love trumps hate you guys, so let's go pepper spray some more men's eyes. I'm so freaking shameless, nameless in the crowd where I'll be bunching Nazis. Protesting gays in a violent way, calling fascism bad, while we're slinging our bats at the heads of those whose opinions we oppose. Nazi's a word, and its meaning is blurred, with its use justified where it does not apply, but that's fine with me. I'm liberal, apparently. I'll be demonizing everyone who's white, and I'll be calling you all Nazis. So what if I become all the things I claim to not be? Bunch of punching Nazis.
Swing it, fix and clubs, knock 'em to the floor. Bring it like brown shirts, 1934. Curb stop, pull out a gun. I may be Hitler, but I'm still not Trump.
Everyone who doesn't think the way I do is obviously just a Nazi. We'll be screeching loudly, preaching understanding while we punch some Nazis. We'll never admit that we were just a bunch of hypocrites. I'm so freaking shameless, nameless in the crowd where I'll be acting like a Nazi.
I'm Sneak Willie, and I approve this message.